Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For Isaac Brown, I am Zach Austin. We will have a special guest speaker tonight, Mr. Glenn Rice. He'll be talking here in a little bit. Kickoff will be at 8 o'clock. So we've got another weather delay, and start time's going to be 8 o'clock. Just going to give you all a heads up. So I guess just continue doing whatever you're doing or catch some other games, and we'll see you around 8 o'clock. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Austin for Isaac Brown. And Coach Fennell took off real quick. And we're fixing to get kicked off here. Game is about 8 o'clock. We're going to do an interview with Bearcat superfan Glenn Rice. I got Glenn here with me. Glenn, how you doing, man?
Zach Austin, I'm doing real great. I was praying that God will get this weather out of the way, because this is going to be a good game tonight, and people are coming out. You also miss one game tonight, because it's one game for the ages. Ozark and Booneville, the big rivalry, same colors, and I hate Ozark. And come on out and enjoy the good game.
All right, thank you, Glenn. Nice to see you, as always. Glenn, big Bearcat fan, and super fan, as you can say, I guess. Him and Mr. George. the ball pretty good. They'll air it out and run it. So tonight will be interesting to see what our defense can do, especially our secondary and our linebackers. Linebackers played pretty good last week.
Yeah, and I think, the key to the defense this week is going to be stopping your guy under center and right. First off, you're going to have to contain, keep him outside. Like you said, he's got nearly, I think you said 180 in the air and 150 on the ground. So dual threat guy, contain him, try to make him beat you with his legs. I think is probably the best safe play there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the best thing to do is trying to force him out of the pocket. We can get some good pressure from Chase Palmel or even Mr. Barnes up front. That helped quite a bit. And let the linebackers do the work. Last week, Dax had 10.5 tackles.
Mm-hmm.
He was the leading tackler for the
Yeah, he had a great game last week.
He had a real great game. He also had 109 rushing yards last week. And he wasn't the only guy that went over 100 yards, though.
No, he wasn't.
But Mr. Hall,
Hall.
Let me see. I'll pull it up and I'll tell you the exact number.
I'll tell you one thing, it was a lot on very little carries.
A lot on very little carries. I believe it was 5 carries.
5 carries.
I want to say 144 yards. We'll see if I'm right. 144 yards on 5 carries and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's crazy, and that's kind of what we've seen out of him in the past. He got a lot of carries. He's been a little roadblocked at times. He's had guys in front of him older that were just as skilled, but every time he got in the game last year, whether it was with your 1s or 2s, he was moving quick. He's a very, very skilled player.
Yes, he's one guy I love to watch with the ball in his hands. He's very electric, and he's definitely made most of the situation he's getting this year. Mr. Ray, he had 68 yards last week. Maybe if he decides to suit up tonight, he'll get a 60 or maybe 100.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to play it smart with him right there. I know that's what I would do in that situation. If you do have any sort of opportunity to have him back, these next few games, even though you really want to win them, they're not the big ones. They may be strong opponents, but they're not the big ones in the long term.
Right.
So I expect even if he was to suit up tonight, which I don't think he will, it'll be very limited action.
Yeah. Let's see, Daniel, Dunn and Cody. There are 2 of your other linebackers. They had 5.5. Dunn had 5.5 tackles, and Cody had 4 tackles, as well as Damari Poole. Now, Damari, he's a young sophomore that's got to play some and doing pretty good.
Yeah, Damari's a good kid. He's a big kid, man. If you get next to him, he looks like a grown man. It makes me look little, which
right?
In the muscles, not in the gut. But
yeah.
no, he's a pretty good kid. He's got an ornery streak in him. I've had him in class. I love him to death. He'll give you fits, but I love the kid to death. He's a great guy, and I think it's beneficial to have guys on the field like that.
You have to. I mean, if you don't have guys like that on the field, I think that's kind of part of the fire.
Oh yeah.
They bring that fire to.
Yeah,
to the team.
I've figured out in my few years doing this, your best team's got a little bit of everybody. You got your perfect angels and you got your turds, that'll give you a hard time. But it takes a little bit of everything to make a good team.
Yes, sir.
And I think we've got a good team this year.
I do too. Well, we'll take a little break, folks. We'll have pledges coming up in the prayer, so we'll take a little break. We'll be back as soon as all that's over.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for this day that we get to play a sport that brings joy to many. I pray safety over all players tonight and good sportsmanship is shown. Keep our fans and visitors safe as they travel home. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back just right off DJ George Drive up here in Don Elmore Press Box, Shield Field. Zach Austin for Isaac Brown. Got Coach Jake Finnell up here. Got about 7 minutes before kickoff. And tell just a little bit more stats. Your Bearcats last week had 368 yards of offense while only giving up 132. Big chunk of that came on that last play of the game.
Yeah, a little skewed there, but still, only under 150 yards of total offense. That's a good night usually.
That is a real good night.
We'll take that any week we can get it.
Yes, sir. Now Ozark, they put up 357 yards last week. That's combined through there and on the ground. Couldn't find. Was trying to find how much they gave up to Clarksville. Clarksville did have 3 turnovers last week, and Ozark capitalized on that.
Yeah, and put the ball on the ground or anything like that, you're just asking for trouble. So hopefully Booneville's able to avoid that tonight. No issues. I know the ball may be a little wet out there. We've got a lot of rain in the area today, so
we have.
That'll be pretty important holding on to it.
All right, Coach, looks like we've got our captains out here on the field, and number 1 is going to be Brooks Herrera. Number 2 out there, that's Brendan Dove. Number 55 for you Cats, that's Mr. Brett Welling. That's 3 of our 4-way starters that are out.
Yeah.
3 of our starters, anyways.
Right, and I've heard Ethan over here on the radio say it best. We always say next man up, and that's the situation we've found ourselves in. And that's something that we haven't had to deal with a lot in the past. You've got your injuries here and there,
right.
but to be hit this hard this early, that's something that we're going to have to adjust to. But like we said, next man up, and I think we got the talent and the athletes to do that.
I think we do, and we've got the coaches to help put them in the right spot as well, in my opinion.
Right, yeah, we've got a great coaching staff here. All of them pretty good friends with, or I'm pretty good friends with them all, and I'm proud to have all of them here. Great group of guys.
It looks like your captains for Ozark. I believe that's number 2. That's going to be your quarterback, Mr. Wright, and that's number 16, I believe. That's 28. That's going to be Massengale. So that's 2 guys you need to watch on Ozark tonight.
Yeah, that was you said 350-something yards total is what they gained, and that's probably, 3/4 at least of the offense come out of those guys.
3/4
so,
of their offense right there.
You contain them 2. You're setting yourself up for a good night. Hopefully that's what we do.
I hope so. Let's see what we got here on the coin toss. Looks like Booneville's one is deferred. Ozark's going to be receiving the ball. The Bearcats are going to be defending the junior high or the east goal. And we're fixing to get underway here. Your number 6 Ozark Hillbillies in Class 4A, 1-0 against your number 2 in Class 3A, Booneville Bearcats, also 1-0. Somebody's going to go 2-0 and someone that's going to go 1-1 tonight. Big rivalry game. They travel from just north of the river. And got about 3 minutes. Give you a couple guys to watch out for the Hillbillies defense. Number 47, Minor, he had 10 tackles last week. And as well as number 13, Williams, he had 9. That's Todd Williams, number 13. And then number 3, Kobe Williams, or Wilbanks, I'm sorry. He had 8. Our printer in the break room at work, I shook the cartridge and everything. It prints very light. So, Robert Carter, if you're listening, the printer in the break room at Rockline needs darker ink, man. But Bearcats fixing to come out here on the field. Got the smoke coming out of the helmet.
Boy, it's really changed around here, hasn't it? Over the last few years, all the music and, that's something that we haven't had in the past. I think that brings just changes the environment a little bit. It
does. It changes the environment. A little bit more, I think, excitement, too. Got the train horn.
Oh, the train horn. No, the train horn's here.
Train horn's here. So I believe the train's going to be on the tracks tonight. Going to be running over some hillbillies, hopefully, here and there and yonder. And I'm ready for a good football game. I expect a good football game here tonight, folks, and we're going to get underway here in just 2 minutes. And let's try to see who's going to be doing the kickoff. It's going to be Juan or Marcos. Again, both those guys are foreign exchange students from Spain. Looks like Marcos is going to be kicking off. Number 27 for the Cats. Again, if you know somebody that cannot watch the game, they're driving down the road or interstate, tell them to tune in to Cool 104.7. Got Mr. Chuck Hayes and Mr. Ethan Obar. He's in up here tonight with Chuck.
Well, Chuck, he's all over the place, man. He goes all over the country for some Bearcat sports. Doesn't matter what it is. We really appreciate Chuck around here.
Chuck is, how do I say this? I want to say the almanac, but, you
well,
know, but.
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia, thank you. Yeah, he is
he's
Bearcat sports. So.
He knows a little bit of everything about everything. So, but he's a great guy. We're happy to have Chuck with us.
I believe that's going to be Massengale, the deepest man back there for the Hillbillies.
Number 27, Marcos Mujor. Number 26, Eli Massengale.
Massengale's going to come over here close to us on the far side over there. I believe that's going to be. I ain't got a 10. That's got to be. I don't know.
Looks like 10.
Looks like 10. There's not a 10 on the roster. We got 2 number 9s. We'll go with Crouch. He's the second number 9. Or 40. Well, we ain't got a 40 either. There's 2 42s.
Well, either way, there's a guy over there.
Either way, there's a guy over there.
There's a guy over there, and if they kick it to him, he'll bring it in.
And Marcos, nice kick by Marcos. Massengale's going to just let it go, and it's going to go in for a touchback.
That's a good start right there, Zach. Kick it out there deep.
Yes.
Pin them inside their own territory deep, and hopefully set the tone early here on defense.
Hopefully so. They'll take over on their own 20-yard line, Jake. So the first snap of the ball game, first possession for the Ozark Hillbillies. They'll run shotgun formation. They'll send a guy. They'll do jet sweeps and just they'll pull a guy here and there, do some counters, and just a kind of an RPO offense, honestly. So.
Yeah, and that's where the legs of quarterback 2, Landon Wright, come into play. Like you said, last week he had 154 on the ground, 179 through the air, so that'll be our main priority is containing him.
And he's rolling out to his right. Now got some pressure from Mr. Plymell. Nice throw. Got some good coverage there, though, Jake, by Washburn, number 11, and Dunn Daniel, number 5.
Yeah, that was a good job. I believe if Wright would have tucked that, he would have had probably, anywhere from 8 to 10 yards. He chose to throw it deep into double coverage there, and Bearcats caught a break on that one.
They did. It brings up 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 20-yard line. Hopefully, as you can tell, Isaac's got our run the clock and everything going. Give a big shout-out to Isaac. Isaac does a lot behind the scenes that y'all don't see, and I'm glad he does it because it's over my head. And Massengale, he runs over on the left-hand side.
That's a great tackle right there. That's number 34, Dax Goff.
Dax, he plays middle linebacker for your Cats. He had 10 and a half tackles last week.
Yeah, he did, and he just flies to the ball. He's got that mentality about him, that if it comes in his area, he's going to make the play. Right there, that showed it.
We'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Ozark Hillbillies. First series here for the Hillbillies.
This is a big play right here. This is an opportunity to set the tone early for Booneville.
Ball's on their own 23-yard line. Massengale goes in motion for the Hillbillies. Right, rolling to his right. He got some pressure, and he's going to forced out of bounds, Jake. He took your advice there from earlier.
Yeah, and tucked it there, but he didn't really have any room. That was number 32, Cody Elliott, pushed him out of bounds right there. That's going to bring up about a 4th and 5. Great first possession.
Great first possession for the Cats defense. It looks like Trace Hall is going to be your deep man for the Cats. Dax is going back to join him, too. Oh. Keep talking. Yeah, sorry, folks. And Dax is going to pick it up on the right-hand side. He's still on his feet, up over to the 40, 35, 30. He's still on his feet. Dax Goff cuts over here to the left-hand side. 15, 10, touchdown, Bearcats.
Before we were having our issue there over here, I was getting ready to say they'd be looking at the two options back there. They'd be smart to just put that thing on the ground and let it roll, you know, and live to fight another day. And they didn't, and Dax Goff made him pay.
He made him pay. He took it to the house. Chuck said he broke 5 tackles and, what was that, about a 50 or so yard return?
Yeah, I bet he did. He was busting through there, man.
Marcos is going to be doing the kicking for your Bearcats. PT is going to do the holding. Snap, kick is up, and it is good.
Split them.
So your Cats are up 7-0. With 10:41 left to go here in the first quarter. We'll just keep it here. And I got a whole slew of shout-outs to do. And I've got some stuff from Mr. Glenn I need to say as well throughout the game. So, do want to give a shout-out to Mr. Philip Robertson. He says, "Go Cats, beat Ozark." That's from Philip and the guys down at O'Reilly's. Y'all need to get some parts or what have you, light bulbs for your headlights or anything. Just go down there and check out Philip and the guys at O'Reilly's. They'll hook you up.
Bet a lot of guys figured out today they need new windshield wipers.
I bet they did.
I know I do.
I probably need to get some new ones myself. I wasn't expecting all the rain we got.
No, it came in. It sit on us for a long time. I'm glad it moved out. Got a little late start to the game, but we're still playing.
Still playing. Now Juan's going to kick off for your Booneville Bearcats.
This is good. This gives Booneville an opportunity to see what they've got in both of these young men and see, you know, he's got a pooch kick right there.
Pooch kick, and Hillbillies going to take it over on their own 30-yard line.
You know, and that could be an indicator that, you know, depending on the scenario and you know, top athletes other team has, who we roll out there, depending on what our game plan is for special teams.
Right. I mean, if you got a guy back there that can just take it to the house all the time, just do a little pooch kick here like Juan did, and you know, might have a chance to get the ball.
Right, yeah, and we're sitting here in a 7-0 game. It's always good when you're up a score and your offense hadn't seen the field yet.
Right.
That's always a good start.
So second series here for the Hillbillies. Got trips to the right, Massingale's to the left, the right, and he's going to get the ball, heads over here to the right-hand side, breaks a tackle, but there's the whole slew of Cats in there, Jake.
Boy, he's gang tackled on that one. You got multiple guys right there. You got number 14, Damari, that we talked about earlier.
Yep.
Dax Goff leading the pack. So,
yep.
You know, that's a good group of gang tackling right there. Number 11, Jace Washburn on there as well.
Jace was out there, and we've actually got a couple sophomores out there starting tonight. Whoa, there goes the camera there. Hopefully y'all didn't get a little seasick there. Got trips to the left now for the Hillbillies. Right is to the right of, or not right. Massingale's to the right of right. Right keeps it over here on the right-hand side. And
great tackle.
Right, wrapped up.
Great tackle right there. That's number 22, Dakota Matson.
That's another sophomore out there.
Another sophomore. Another sophomore. His brother Casey played 3 years for Booneville. Great little athlete.
Great athlete.
He's currently just graduated from boot camp. Shout out to Casey. He's a great kid. Dakota, he's following footsteps well.
I always liked watching Casey play last year. He wound up getting All-State last year.
Yeah, he was a heck of an athlete, man. He just kind of had that killer mentality.
He did, and his brother's just picking up where he left off. Got trips to the left over here, and it's going to be just a keeper. Wow, what a play, what a sack. Got Chase Plymell and looks like Mr. Hicks.
You know, you're setting up a read play right there, and when you just got 5 dudes in your face, there's not a lot of options there.
There's not a lot of options there.
He chose to keep it, and honestly, that might have been the right call. You know, he protect the ball, tuck it in deep, brings up another 4th and long situation. Hillbillies probably try to find a way to get their defense on the field right here.
I would think so. Trace Hall and Dax goes back deep, and their ball's on their own 26-yard line. So Cody almost blocks it, high punt, and Dax is just going to let it go, Jake.
Yeah, it's a smart decision. No need to force the agenda there. You know, you got a great offense coming on the field here shortly. Give them an opportunity to show what they've got for tonight.
Right. So PT, your new quarterback, Peyton Tatum, taking his first snaps here, 2022 season, Bearcat Stadium. 8:29 left to go here in the first quarter. Looks like we're going to have Cody Elliott back there in the backfield with him. Shotgun formation.
Yeah, there you
Jake,
go.
For the Cats.
Yep, there you go. That's what we're known for, coming out throwing.
Here. That's right. Trace Hall. Trace makes a guy miss, and he's wrapped up by, who is that, Mr. Jake? That's number 16 and 47.
16, MJ Parker. Number 47 will be Braden Miner. Braden was the leading tackler last week for Ozark. He had 10 tackles. That's a little different, you know, and here we are right here, 3 wide.
Yeah, I mean.
Showing 4 wide. We're
trips to the right, 1 over here to the left. That's going to be Dakota over here from 22. And Peyton's going to be up under center. Dax, a little screen pass over here to Trace. Makes a guy miss. Still on his feet, a little juke move. Trace is electric with the ball in his hands. Oh, he's got the first down, and he's going to be down to the 40-yard line of the Hillbillies.
Yeah, he's brought down right there, and that's 16 MJ Parker again. 2 plays, 2 tackles for him. But, again, that's just Trace making something out of nothing.
Yes.
You know, the pass was thrown behind. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not with the play call, you know, but pass thrown behind, and he brought that thing back to the left and made something out of nothing. That's a great job by Trace.
Great job by Trace. And Cats are coming more of what we're used to.
Yeah.
As Trace goes in motion, going to be head off to Cody Elliott. He's your fullback, and he's going to be tripped up probably about 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, I believe that's number 3, Kobe Wilbanks on the tackle. Yes, that's Kobe Wilbanks on the tackle. He had 8 tackles last week, up to 1 already tonight, but it's a great run by Elliott.
Hall goes in motion again. It's going to be hand off to Cody again on the left-hand side, up over the 20. Throws an arm up there, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
He's thrown out of bounds. That's MJ Parker once again. He's a ball hawk tonight.
He is.
But right there, that was the mentality I was telling you, the next man up. Elliott's not our starter primarily with Ray out of the game, but tonight he's playing like one.
He's playing like one, and he's looking good tonight too. 6:48 left to go here in the first quarter. T formation for you Cats. It's going to be hand off to Dax Goff on the right-hand side, and he's going to lower his shoulder, maybe 2-3 yards there on the carry.
Yeah, wasn't a lot of room right there. Hole kind of collapsed around him, but that's a great job of just lowering your shoulder and getting something right there, moving forward.
Moving forward. Manson's going to go split out to the right. Dunn Daniel, he's going to be split over here to the left, number 5. Goff is your left halfback. Hall is your right halfback. Cody Elliott is your fullback. Peyton Tatum's your quarterback. Hall goes in motion. He gets the pitch on the left-hand side, and he just kind of looked like he slipped there, Jay.
Yeah, I think he slipped, and that's going to be a problem tonight. As much rain as we had moving the area right up into game time, it's going to be a slick field out there tonight.
Slick field. You're going to have to make sure you hold on to the ball.
Yes, absolutely. Ball handling.
Cats' first possession of the game, and they're in the red zone. And
that's a good job right there by Booneville.
We're going to have a new set of downs. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Hard count got him.
Always got to like doing that, giving a hard count when they're not used to it. You've been going on 1 and decided let's go on 2 this time. And
right, yeah, and you know that really frees up a lot what you can do. Now you're inside the 10-yard line, 5-yard line.
Tatum comes up under center. Hall goes in motion. It's going to be hand off to Cody up the middle. And he is in from 5 with 5:32 left to go here. And Cats are up 13-0.
That's a great job. He had a little help by the back of Matt Obar on the ground. He kind of rolled over the top of him, helped keep him up out of, keep from going down right there. But once again, next man up, Cody Elliott, touchdown.
So that's going to bring on Marcos to do the kicking for your Cats. PT to do the hold. Hold is good. The kick is up. And it is good.
That's a good job right there by our kicker. Marcos, couldn't remember his name. I haven't quite met him yet. So Marcos, that's a good job by him. It was a little off. The snap was low, a little bit slower moving, but managed to hold his composure there and get it through.
Yeah, and they've only been in America 2 weeks, I think. So
yeah, that foreign exchange program deal, that's a pretty neat deal. I had a young girl that lived with me last year.
Right, yeah.
And shout out to Olympia. I know you're not listening, but
still can give her a shout out.
Yeah, that's right. But you know, that's a really, really cool program.
Right. Real quick, want to take this time. We want to thank our sponsors that sponsor the Booneville Bearcat .com and the Booneville Bearcat app. Our exclusive broadcast advisor is First Western Bank, serving our local communities for 110 years.
And me for about 25.
Me too, yeah. Looks like Marcos is going to be kicking off for the Cats. Back deep is Massengale. And it's going to go over, and it's going to just drop there at the 1-2 yard line. That's going to be number 1 picking up Gilbreth. And
boom, right there.
What a stop, Jake.
That's number 4 for Booneville.
Clayton Lofton, he's another sophomore.
Clayton Lofton, that's right.
Speaking of Lofton, looked like he's going to stay out there on the field at corner for you Cats. We'll go ahead and we'll give you your guys out here on defense. Your left defensive tackle is going to be number 64. That's Chase Plymell. Number 66, Hicks. He's your nose guard. And your right defensive tackle is going to be number 57. That's going to be Matthew Crosby. Trips over here to the right, and the Cats are going to jump off sides.
Got a little antsy there. You know, that, and things like that happen. You come out, you had 2 big stops right off the bat. You've got a lot of adrenaline going. That's a pretty good job right there by Ozark, really seeing that and trying to take advantage of that. Worked out for them.
And this right here, Jake, this is their 3rd series of the game, and I think they've got to try to do something here, or it could get ugly.
Yeah, and, you know, you hate to say that early on, but you know, with the quickness of our offensive skill players, you know, it can get out of hand in a hurry.
Right, your quarterback. Massengale still left of him. Right's rolling to his left. Got pressure from Plymell. What a hit. And, oh.
That's Trace Hall breaking up the pass. Boy, he's everywhere tonight.
Trace is just everywhere. That was intended number 13 for the Hillbillies, Todd Williams.
And I believe that was on the quarterback hit. Was that Plymell?
That was
64?
Plymell, yes, sir.
That's a big boy running at you at full speed.
That's full speed.
And he lay into him. So that'll make him think anyway.
Yeah, that's right. So that brings up 2nd and 5. Ball's on the 16-yard line of the Hillbillies. Your linebackers, outside linebacker on this side is going to be Namari Poole, number 14. Dax Goff and Dunn Daniel, your middle linebackers. Cody Elliott, your other outside linebacker on the right. Right is your quarterback. He rolls to the right, and he's got pressure from Dunn, and nice stop there by Mr. Poole, Jake.
Yeah, Damari, he's just a mean kid, man. He's not a bad kid, but he plays mean, I guess is what I should say.
Yes.
He's when he gets on that field, he's ready to do some damage, and he did it right there. That's a big hit.
Brings up 3rd and 5 with 4:55 left to go here in the first quarter.
This would be a situation if I'm our front lines here for Booneville. I'm expecting a hard count, something like that. Like you said earlier, Ozark's got to make something happen or it could get ugly quick.
Now, they've got the guys to do it to make something happen quick. Number 3 goes in motion, and he's going to get it. And he's going to be stopped about 2-3 yard carry there by Wilbanks.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up, looks like 4th and 2, 1.5, 2, and they're going to have to make a choice here.
And it looks like they're sending out some guys. I was wondering, honestly, if they're going to go for it.
Yeah, and, you know, I know primarily you can't do that in that situation, not so deep in your territory, but I thought maybe they would take a gamble here, but it looks like they're going with the punt team.
So that's going to be the third and out for the Hillbillies, unless we see a little trickery here. And Cross punts over here, and it's going over the head of Dax, and Dax is going to let it, takes a Hillbilly roll. And Cats are going to take over on their own, see where they mark, 34-yard line.
That's a good punt.
Good punt. Very good punt.
Good punt. He got a little running start at it. He had me nervous. I thought he was going to pick it up there for a second, but
right.
He chose to let it fly and be Booneville's ball, 1st and 10.
Second possession of the game for you Booneville Bearcats. If you're just joining us, Booneville won the toss, the third, kicked off to the Hillbillies, stopped them. Dex Goff took the first punt of the game, about 50, 55 yards, broke 5 tackles, took it to a touchdown. And then offense came out, second series, and scored. This is our second series of the game.
Was Dax Goff on the carry right there, not a lot of room to work, picked up a yard, maybe 2.
We'll give those big old guys on the line, you big old hog mallies, a quick shout out. Your center is going to be number 75. That's Lance Sims. Your left guard is going to be number 58. That's going to be old Matthew Obar. Got a timeout by the Cats. Number 56, that's going to be Wilcox for the Cats. Your left tackle, your right guard is going to be Mr. Johnny O'Barnes. Mr. Johnny Barnes and Mr. Plymel's out there at your right tackle.
56.
Wingfield, what did I say? Wilcox.
Wilcox.
I don't know why I said that.
I'm just making sure I know who I'm doing here. I'm writing it in.
Jake's doing pretty good tonight, keeping me in line. Somebody
Well.
has to. Him and Isaac both. Probably take both of them.
Well, and right now, you know, we're still 3 minutes left in the first quarter. It's late. Feels late out here.
Feels real late.
We got such a late start.
It is.
But
It's 8:20, so.
you know, you were giving the shout out to the line right there. We've got Wingfield. He's a current moved in with his mother, Mandy. I've known her a long time. And then your center, you've got Sims in there. He's, again, next man up. You know, we had a two-way starter in Brett Welling go down early on before season in the scrimmage.
Goff going to go in motion. And when Welling went down, they shifted Obar from center to the left guard to take Welling's spot.
Right.
And so that's going to be 2nd and about 3 for your Cats. Looks like Matz is going to be split out to the right over there. Dunn Daniel is going to be your tight end on the left. Trace Hall is your right halfback. Dax Goff is your left. Cody Elliott is going to be your fullback. Tatum under center. He faked me out. He pitches over here to Trace Hall. Trace with that speed. He's got the first down. And he tries to tippy-toe out down the sideline and goes out at the 47-yard line, looks like.
That was a good read by Tatum right there. And
very good read.
Good pitch. Made a little something happen there. And talking about Peyton Tatum, you know, he's moving in. He's got some big shoes to fill, I'd say. You know, had great athlete in Randon Ray.
All-time leading rusher.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's hard to follow that up. And while Peyton's not that type of athlete, he's not going to be your speedster, he's not going to be like that. But
he don't have the barn burner speed. I mean,
no.
I will say his dad told me he improved his speed. He's got down to a 4.7 on his 40. And Tatum keeps it there, and he's going to be close. Well, they're going to mark him short of the first down.
Yeah, right there is what I'm talking about. Yeah. He's not got the speed or the quickness that Randy might have had, but he's looking at him now compared to just 2 years ago. He is muscled up. He looks like a completely different kid. He has put the time in that weight room, time in on the practice field.
Yes, sir.
I expect big things out of Peyton Tatum this year.
I do too, and he's doing real good so far. And you know, most guys don't want to be the guy that follows the guy. You want to be the guy that follols the guy that follows the guy.
Right.
And Peyton, he's doing a good job of following the guy to be the guy right now.
Well, I'll take your word for it. but no, he's a good athlete, great kid, smart kid, man.
Smart kid, yes.
And I think he's going to have a good year.
I do too, and I'm excited. I've said it a couple times already this year, but I really am excited to see him under center, see what he does. Just like a while ago with the read he made.
Yeah,
good. Quick decision.
Good read, quick. You know, and then to run this offense, you've got to be smart. You have to be. There's so many little wrinkles and stuff like that you have to think about, and he's the perfect kid for that type of offense. You know, and the coaching staff has really raved about him. You know, early on there were question marks about, you know, he's never had to do it, and they've really raved and thought he's done a great job in the off season leading up to today.
Do want to give another shout out. Give a shout out to our premier sponsors. That's 5B Properties and B Plus Rentals. You can see Calvin Bennett for all your rental needs. Give a quick shout out to Community National Bank. Let Brett Cook and the staff take care of your banking needs. As we hand off to Dax Goff on the right, little spin move. He's going to have the first down, though, Jake.
Yeah, he's got the first down. There's not a lot of room, but, you know, they've done a good job on the interior defensive line right there, you know, clogging those holes up. And he'll find his as the game goes. He'll wear people down, but they've so far done a good job of containing Dax.
They have, and that's one thing I do like about Dax. He's big and he's quick, and he can either wear you down or go around you if he needs to. And it's going to be first down. Ball's on the 35-yard line, and Tatum's going to keep it. He tries to cut inside. Gets about 3-4 yards there on the carry. It's 56 on the stop for the Hillbillies.
It's 56 number. That's Britton Powell. Britton Powell, 6 foot, 185 junior. Have as a second, and what do we got? Second and 6 right here coming up.
Second and 6, 150 left to go. We're still in the first quarter, Jake.
Yeah, it's slow
seems like
moving
a long quarter. Goff goes in motion, going to have a pass attempt as he got hit, and good job for PT there. Got hit and still got the ball off.
Yeah, that was 76. Jonathan Hurt put the hurt on him.
Yeah.
But I believe if he doesn't bust through, Hall had his man beat.
He had his man beat. He was going to take a step or two and be in the end zone, in my opinion. But good job, Hillbillies defense coming alive right now. I hate to say it like that, but I mean this is a good series right now for them.
Yeah, it is. This is the best they've had so far. We're 3rd and 6. This is probably a 2-down situation though.
And it's going to be a pitch over here to Goff on the right. A little stutter step by Dax. He's going to have the first down, about 4 yards past the first down marker.
And he was very close to taking that to the house. He was one more broken tackle away there, shoestring tackle. And like I said earlier, Dax, he's going to get his. He's a good runner. He sees the field well. He'll get his yards as the night progresses.
Got a little time. Also want to thank another sponsor, Shelter Insurance and Agent Gerald Baker. I've enjoyed his post on Facebook. Daughter. And Cody, he's going to have his second touchdown of the night. 22 yards from number 32, Cody Elliott.
Boy, Zach, you look at Elliott. He is the polar opposite of Rylan Ray. He's a little skinny-looking dude, but he can run.
He can run. Kind of like I was thinking about it today. Cody and Garrick almost remind me of Ethan Wooldridge a couple years ago. You know, our fullback.
Yeah, Ethan.
Ethan wasn't just the biggest guy, but boy, they play with heart.
Play with heart. They run hard.
Run hard.
They're not afraid to take a hit or give one.
But yeah, you're right. Just total polar opposite of Ryland. Marco's kick is good. It's 21-0. Cats over the Hillbillies with 1:04 left to go here in the first quarter. Give a quick shout out to the rest of our sponsors. Again, they sponsor the new app and BoonevilleBearcats.com. I will say, I'll go on my little rant here. To watch the games, go to BoonevilleBearcats.com, download the app, go to YouTube, Booneville Bearcat Sports. Don't go all these other different things that pop up. Hey, game here, you know, with some weird name and whatever. That's just kind of like a scam, and just that aggravates the far out of me.
Find yourself on the dark web.
That's right. So make sure BoonevilleBearcats.com, download the app, or head over to YouTube, Booneville Bearcat Sports. But give a quick shout out to S&W Home Center for all your hardware needs. The City of Booneville, good hometown. Patriot Underground and Taylor Niedert. First Booneville, home of First Booneville students and First Booneville kids, and Stacy Hobart Photo Art. And Just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. I'll be giving them a shout-out throughout the game. As Juan's kick here, little pooch kick kind of, fielded at the left-hand side about the 20. That's going to be number 16, and he's going to break loose on the left-hand side. Juan misses him. Let's see if Trace Hall can get him. Still on his feet, shoelace tackle, though, by sophomore Dakota Manson.
And Trace didn't make the play there, but he did a good job. He slowed him up. He pushed him back off the sideline, gave the pursuit time to get there to make a stop and hopefully defend their goal line here.
Hopefully so. And Trace came from this hash mark over here. He didn't have to take off over there, but like you said, didn't make the tackle, but he helped make the play.
Right, exactly. And there's more to it than just who's in on the play. There's little things like that, and he did a good job there.
Looks like I got two to the left, and Massengale's to the right of right. Number 8, Stain, he's your tight end on the left-hand side, kind of like in that H-back formation. And Rice is going to keep it on the right-hand side, and
Great
good job.
Who do you think? Dakota Manson.
Dakota Manson.
He's a ball hawk tonight, man.
Yes,
that was
sir.
a great tackle, solo tackle.
Hillbillies' 4th possession of the night. They're in the red zone for the first time. First time they're on this side in Bearcat territory.
Yeah, we better put a stop to that. I don't like that.
I don't either. 28 seconds left to go here in the first, and the Hillbillies are trying to get into the end zone. 2 receivers to the left. Your tight end, number 8, Stain, is right there on the left as well. Massengale goes in motion, a little bubble pass to him. And he gets probably about 5-yard carry or run there after the catch. And that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. So at the end of the one, your Booneville Bearcats lead 21-0 over the Ozark Hillbillies. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, just right off DJ George Drive. Shield Field, we're up here in Don Elmore press box. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. Got Coach Jake Fennell up here with us.
The Coach Fennell. Boy, I don't get called that often.
Got the start of the second quarter. Got a couple more shout-outs. I'm going to give a shout-out to one of Frank's little brothers, Anthony. And, yes, I'll give a shout-out to you too, Miguel and Leo and Vance. Also give a shout-out to Phoenix and Dummy Shepherd. We're watching from the big metropolis of Sugar Grove, Arkansas. And give a shout-out to Uncle Bob. I think he said he made his way here to the game tonight, but as usual, give a shout-out to Uncle Bob. Wright's going to be quarterback. Ball's on the ground, and he's able to get through Wingfield's tackle. But
I believe that was Damari Poole on the tackle there. Cleaned up I believe that was Wingfield started there, so that's a good job taking advantage of the situation there. And all of a sudden, here we are, 4th down for the Hillbillies.
4th and 9, and you know they're going to go for it here in the red zone. Ball's on the 10-yard line. Best field position they've had tonight. We'll see what they do here.
Yeah, this could be a big opportunity for Booneville's defense to step up and make a play.
We'll have 2 receivers to the right. Staines your tight end on the right. Massengale goes out to the right. Right, your quarterbacks are on to the right, and he's got some pressure from Mr. Daniel. And
pass is broken up.
Nice.
Ball's incomplete. Broken up by number 7, Trace Hall.
It's Trace Hall on the pass breakup. Mr. Do Everything.
Yes, sir. That kind of reminded me of that Prescott and Booneville game when Cam Brazier intercepted the pass.
Oh yeah, I got to tell you, I got to tell you, when that happened, I'm standing over here in the old band section.
Yeah.
And we intercept that ball, and I black out, I believe, and the next thing I know, I'm hugging Danny Kimes down on the track, jumping up and down. I was that fired up.
Man.
Don't even remember running down there.
That was a good game. That was
one of the best games I've watched.
Yes, sir.
That was the state championship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Totally agree with that. So Goff's going to go in motion, and it's going to be a handoff to Elliott up the middle. Maybe 2-3 yards there.
Yeah,
Jake.
not a lot of room to work, but you know, we'll take that all day. It's not pretty or good looking, but it'll do, you know. Fall forward and move forward.
Ball forward and move forward.
Tackle by number 68. Chad Ball.
Goff goes in motion again. Trace Hall's your right halfback.
I believe we got a encroachment penalty on the Hillbillies.
Give a shout out to Mac Farley. He says, "Go Cats, beat Ozark."
Also got a shout out I want to give to Bearcat great Kelly Carlin. Sent me a message, wanted to say, "Go Cats."
Go Cats. The old QB there. Looks like Matson's going to be split out to the left. T formation for you Booneville Bearcats as PT comes under center. And
I believe we may have had movement on the front.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Yep. False start penalty. He's going to back his back up, so it's like nothing happened.
Like nothing happened.
Pushes us back into a 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9 situation. Booneville's got to be careful here. I know we've moved the ball well, but backed up in territory like this, kind of a cool, wet day, need to make sure we take care of the ball here and give ourselves a little room to work.
And Ozark's defense, they made a couple plays here and there the last couple, this series and the last one. So as Hall goes in motion, he gets the ball on the left-hand side. Got a couple blocks.
Looky there.
And he's going to have the first down. Looks like he was trying to decide what he wanted to do there.
Yeah,
Jake.
he was kind of stuck in no man's land. He didn't have a lot of room to work on either side. Ended up slipping, going down. Looks like about the 25-yard line, but that's a great job by Trace. And again, that gives us a little bit of room to work now. You don't have to worry so much about what's behind you.
Right, you're not 9, 10 yards from the goal line. So.
Right, so you've got room to work. Your offense kind of opens up at this point.
Goff goes in motion, and it's going to be a keeper by Hall, or PT. Pitches over here to Dax. Stiff arm by Dax.
Stiff arm and goes down, but my goodness.
No, he
put him in the
had
ground
it there, yeah. Shoved one guy, and the number 12 fell over him, Williams. Give Amy, Bryan, and Bryson, and Lacey Simpson all say go Cats. Got 9:20 left to go here in the second quarter. Cats are up 21-0 over the Ozark Hillbillies. Hall goes in motion, and PT on the keeper, and about 5 yards there on the carry.
Got a little double team action on this side. Pushing number 76 for Ozark in the ground. That's a good job by our line, and that kind of shows the grit that we have and what Coach Hadaball down there coaches for his line.
And that's,
work hard.
They're both, that's Sims and Obar. That comes from the backside.
Right.
Sims is your center, but Obar comes from the backside as well. Goff goes in motion, and it's going to be a keeper by Peyton. Maybe a yard or two there.
Yeah, not a lot of room to work there. We're in a situation, you know, we're third and 3, 3rd and 4 here.
Yeah.
3rd and 4, and, you know, don't quite know if this is 2 down territory or not. I believe we probably are, you know, as long as we're moving forward a little bit. But we'll see what Bearcats dial up right here.
We'll see. I think it depends on what we get on this play right
here.
Jake,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, if you go backwards, you probably punt it off. But.
Right. Plymel comes into the game for the Cats. And got a pitch over here to Trace Hall.
Ball on the ground.
Ooh. And lucky break there by the Cats, and Trace is upset with himself.
Yeah, he's upset. And got a little extra going on the field down here. Trace Hall on the play. He's mad at himself. The ball goes on the ground. ball come out of his hand.
Right.
You know, and that's type of things, you know, competitive athlete right there,
Yeah.
but that's the stuff that we've got to clean up a little bit, you know. That,
You do. It's one thing to be mad and upset yourself. That's fine, and you can show a little bit that on the field, but
yeah,
you know.
and you know, Booneville takes a timeout right there, and I'm guarantee you they're talking about that right now, and
yeah.
hopefully that's a one-time thing. But again, you know, bad luck, ball on the ground, moved backwards a little bit, and it's probably a punt situation now.
Probably so. 4th and 7 now for your Cats.
And if so, that's your Hillbillies' first stop of the day.
It is. First stop of the day. It's your Cats' 3rd possession of the game. Looks like Dax is going to be punting for the Cats. Back deep for the Hillbillies. Let's see. Can't hardly see that number.
We're back to Bearcats. It's going to be 4th and 7. Booneville forced into a punting situation. Dax Goff will be punting for the Cats, and that looks like number 16 back deep for the Hillbillies.
And before I forget, I better give a shout out to Bearcat superfan Glenn Rice. Had an interview with him earlier. Give a shout out to him and his mom. Mom passed away 2 weeks ago on last Friday. Oh, wow. And high punt by Dax. And
Yeah, you know.
48-yard line. I will say I love the hustle there, though, by Peyton.
Yeah, it was a good job of making sure that nobody snuck off and got that thing and took it to the house. Snap wasn't great. Fumbled a little bit. He was lucky to get that thing off how he did. Unfortunately, we are still on our side of the field at this point, so it's going to be Bearcats 1st and 10 from about the 48-yard line. And now's a big opportunity, Zach, for Booneville to step up, and you know, they've shown or seen their first bit of adversity here.
Yes, and we'll have to see what they can do. And as the Bearcats defense come up big.
Yep, and that's a good start.
Wilbank's on the carry for the Hillbillies, and Dunn Daniel on the stop.
Daniel. Dunn's another one of those kids that you just love to have on your team. Hard working, yes sir, no sir. Great kid.
Very great kid. Do want to give a shout out to his parents. Got us Isaac these shirts. Appreciate that. Miss Amy and Doc. Massengale goes in motion and kind of got a little misdirection here. And good stop. None other than the guy we were just talking about.
Yeah, that's Dunn on the stop. Big stop, and he's fired up coming out of here looking in the stands. I'd say that the Bearcat defense has stepped up right here. Now we're in a 3rd and 10 situation.
3rd and 10, balls on the 48-yard line of the Cats, and the crowd loved that.
Yes, that was a big hit.
So it looks like you got trips to the right, one over here to the left. Right is your quarterback. Massengale is to the right of him. Massengale goes in motion. That's a little fake there.
Ball's
And
deep. He's got a man.
oh my!
Oh, caught a break. Caught a break.
Caught a break. Hall was just beat just a little and was able to get a hand up there.
Yeah, it's good coverage
It
for
is,
Hall
yeah.
right there. It's just one of them things that it ricocheted in the air. Could have been caught by Ozark. You know, they're kicking themselves, and Booneville will take it. We'll catch that break every day.
We'll take it because he just about stepped in the end zone there.
Yes, he did. And, again, looks like Ozark's going to bring their punt team out.
It'll be for the 5th time tonight, I
Yeah,
believe. So
and this was one of them situations, you know, maybe if you're 4th and 6, 4th and 4, somewhere in there, you may make that chance to go for it. But right here, backed up 4th and long. Smart play, and the book says to punt.
book says to punt. And Coach Burns, he's following that book right now and punting. Nice punt by Cross. And Dax is going to take it, and ball's on the ground. And Cats will have the ball on their own 14-yard line.
And you got to think this is hopefully due to the weather and the balls being wet and
You would
stuff
think
like
so.
that. I mean, if not, it's a lack of concentration thing. We're going to blame the
we'll blame the
we'll
weather.
blame the weather, Zach.
Got quite a bit of rain. I know when I was heading over here, the ditch by the house, boy, it was flowing like a river.
Yeah,
so.
there were right here in front of the track. There were kids out here in that lightning delay that had to get run out that were just soaking their blue jeans. I
Yes,
bet they're regretting that right now.
Yeah, it's because I'm sure it's cooled off a little. Feels like there's a little breeze maybe, and it's going to be hand off the Hall over here on the left-hand side. A little spin move. And that was that leading tackler for last week on the Hillbillies on the stop, 47.
Yeah, that's Braden Miner on the tackle. You know, he's just a big kid, makes a play, wraps up well. I'll tell you, I know it's 21-0 right here, but Ozark has done a pretty good job, really, defensively on the inside. They've had a couple things not going their way. They've done a pretty good job containing Booneville.
They really have, and there's not been really a big, long run by the Cats. And
I believe we had a false start back there.
I believe so.
Number 7, Trace Hall. Tatum kept the ball, carried it to the right. I believe it will be coming back.
It'll be coming back, so that's going to redo the second down for the Cats. Take this time to give a shout out to a very special young man, Christian Schaber. He's watching. He was injured the other day, and I want to give a shout out to him. But he misses. He's number 1. Brooks is number 1. So both of our number 1s for the high school and little league are out. And hopefully, you plan on seeing both those guys back in action.
Absolutely.
This season. But give a shout out to you, Christian.
Yep. Illegal shifts got us back up, second 12. I'm sorry.
That's a handoff to Cody up the middle.
32, Cody Elliott on the carry.
Kind of a whole slew of Hillbillies there, and leading tackler again for the Hillbillies on the stop. Miner,
yeah, and that gets Booneville back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and long here. See what we can dial up here, hopefully keep this drive going.
Got 4:40 left to go here in the second quarter.
Drew them off sides.
And then that's the break we need right there.
Yeah, and you know Ozark's got to be kicking themselves right now. That's the 2nd or 3rd time that's happened to them. It's one of them things that it's a rough line to walk expecting that to happen and not taking too much of an advantage on that. You know what I'm saying? Moving too quick. So fortunate for Booneville, cut it in half here. Now we're 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Puts the ball on our own 19-yard line. Dunn Daniels in at tight end on the right-hand side. Goff goes in motion. He gets the pitch over here on the right. And, man.
That's a great job by the Ozark defender. I can't catch his number quite yet.
Looks like number
13. Number 13 is Todd Williams. He was their second leading tackler last week with 9. That was a good job by him right there. If he doesn't get that hit, Dax probably picks up the yardage necessary.
I think so. And
instead, it gets him at the line of scrimmage here, and now we're 4th and 5.
4th and 5. Dax is going to be punting from our own 5-yard line, and number 3, Wilbanks, is going to be back deep. A high kick.
Yeah, and again, the snap's just not quite getting there.
It's going to be down by Dunn, and I think typically Dax is our long snapper. And
Ray's our punter, so that's just one of those things, kinks we've got to work out here in the next couple weeks. That's what these non-conference games are for, finding opportunities for people when needed and people step up, and we'll get those kinks worked out surely. But that was a good job by Dax just to get down there and get a hold and get his hands on it and get the thing off.
Right.
It's twice in a row now.
It's twice in a row he's had to pick it up off the ground.
Yeah.
I think maybe the field being wet, ball being wet, it's got a little to do with it, and working the kinks out, different guys.
Yeah, and you're working, kids not done it, it's nerves, things like that.
Right.
Well, it just takes reps.
One receiver to each side. Right is your quarterback. Hand off to Massengale on the right-hand side. And a couple Cats in there on the stop, Jake.
Yeah, it looks like Dax Goff was there. Chase Plymell, I believe, was the other on that tackle. So that's a good job picking it up, short yard situation. 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7 coming up.
Got a score. Charleston is up 22-15 at halftime over Elkins. Coach May over there, him and Bryson's over at Charleston. Pistol formation for the Hillbillies. He's going to hand off to Massengale on the right-hand side, and he's just met.
Met immediately. Does a great job, though, pushing forward, gaining a yard, making something out of nothing.
He was met at the line of scrimmage. He got about 2 extra yards.
Yeah, that's a good job by him. And we knew, you said in your pregame coming in, He was their second rusher last week, did a good job, and right there that showed why.
He had 3 rushing touchdowns last week and 100 and, what did I say, 40-something rushing yards. So Massengale and Wright, they're the 2 guys to watch out for. And Massengale kind of gave us some fits last year.
Yeah, and he's a good athlete. You can tell just watching him move, and on that play right there, that showed it.
And he's going to get the ball. He heads over here to the left-hand side, cuts inside. He's going to have the first down, though, but a couple Cats able to stop there.
Again, that's Dak Scoff and Chase Plymell on the tackle. That is, unfortunately, enough to pick up the first down. And Ozark's got a little momentum going now.
They do. After the Cats, we came out hot with that punt return in the first quarter, and since then the Hillbillies, they've kind of woke up, and they've looked good in the second quarter. 2 receivers to the right. Right is your quarterback. Handoff, and he bobbles the ball, and he's going to keep it. Mr. Plymell.
Well, I believe it was supposed to go to Massengale once again.
Got a flag, Isaac says. What do you think, Isaac? He didn't see. Hopefully that's against the Hillbillies, but they're telling Doc to back up over here.
That's
so.
usually not a good sign.
No. Cameron Osborne comes in for Damari Poole. Looks like Cameron's going to be in at linebacker for the Cats, outside linebacker.
Massengale, Zach, I believe he may be on pace for 40 carries tonight, it feels like.
It's what it feels like. That's going to be penalty's going to be against the Cats there, Jake.
Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty going to move it forward, and that's what you don't need.
No.
And you've got a team, you've got all the momentum, 21-0, but a team gets a little bit, you need to cut that off, and right there, that was just kind of feeding it.
That's just feeding it and keeping them in it. So you're going to have twins to the right over there. 2 halfbacks in the backfield. And Massengale, nope. Wright's going to keep it, and he faked me there just on the
Right keeps it, takes it up the middle. Looks like he gained about 3 yards on the carry, 2 or 3 yards. So it's a pretty good job by the Booneville Bearcat defense there, stepping in and putting a stop to that. Brings up 2nd and 8.
One receiver to either side. Wright's your quarterback and rolls over to the right side. Little quarterback keeper. And good job. That's Cameron Osborne.
Cameron Osborne just come in the game, ready to roll. That's a great job by him.
Good job by the senior. That's going to bring up
And we've got an injured player over on the side. I believe that may be quarterback number 2, Landon Wright for the Hillbillies.
Okay, so 3's going to come in at quarterback, looks like. Wilbanks.
Kobe Wilbanks, big on the defensive side. We'll see him step up right here, see what he's got.
Shifting some guys around. It's going to be quarterback keeper on the left-hand side by Wilbanks. And good job.
Yeah.
Got a flag coming in, though, Jake.
Flag coming in. That's a big hit by Dax Goff right there coming through, shooting through the line. We do have that flag.
Isaac saying we got a holding call. So I believe Doc will decline that. That should bring up 4th down for the Hillbillies here.
Yeah, I would think he will decline it. Yeah, he did. So that's going to bring up 4th and looks like, what is that, Zach? 4th and 15, 4th 16, something in there.
Yeah, 4th about 15. We got 32
long.
seconds, though, until halftime.
Yeah,
Jake,
32 seconds. You know they're going to go for it here. I don't believe they got the leg for the kick right now. Big opportunity for Booneville to gain some momentum swing here.
You got trips to the left for the Hillbillies. Wilbanks is rolling to the right. Got some pressure.
And that's a great job by Booneville right there. Great job.
Got a couple guys in pursuit, and Daniel and Plymell.
Yeah, and it ended up being Osborne coming in off the side here to make that stop. I would assume, Zach, Booneville's just going to knee this thing out and take it to the half.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably the smart thing to do here.
Wet ground, wet ball right now. Probably best thing would be to knee that thing out. Not a victory formation, but close. And lead us into halftime here with the lead.
And, yeah, it looks like what they're going to do.
he does.
And he does. So our halftime score, folks, is going to be Booneville Bearcats 21, Ozark Hillbillies 0. We'll take a little break. We'll let you enjoy your halftime show. We'll come back and give you some stats. Rise and proud. I'm Zach Austin. We've got the coach Jake Fennell up here. We'll see you here in a little bit. You're watching Bearcat football.
That's the end of the first half. Your score, Booneville.
And here is your Booneville Bearcat marching band, your award-winning. They're going to be out of the track, so I'll be quiet so you can enjoy your Booneville Bearcat marching band.
You may take the field for halftime entertainment. The Booneville Bearcat Marching Band. The Bearcat Marching Band is under the direction of Brian Rhodes and Angela Rhodes. And on the field command, the drum major Ian Shackelford. Color guard sponsor is Keena Wilson. The band's next performance will be September 16th, right here in Bearcat Stadium when Booneville takes on Harding Academy. Enjoy the rest of the game and go Bearcats!
And we are back here at Bearcats Stadium, just right off DJ George Drive, Shield Field, Don Elmore press box. Got about 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the scoreboard. Go over some stats for you folks here real quick. Your score is 21-0, Cats over the Hillbillies. We'll start with Ozark first. Ozark's has had 24 plays for a total of 17 yards of offense, 11 minutes, 39 seconds time of possession, 19 carries for 13 yards on the ground, 1 of 5 passing for 4. They are 1 of 7 on third down for 14%, and 0 for 2 on fourth down. They've had 4 penalties for 20 yards. They've had 4 punts for an average of 36.8 yards. Your Booneville Bearcats has had 25 plays for 150 yards and with 12 minutes and 2 seconds time of possession. The Cats are 22 carries for 130 yards, 2 of 3 passing for 20 yards. Your Cats have had 10 first downs while the Ozark Hillbillies has had 2. We are 2 of 5 on third down for 40%. We've had 4 penalties for 30 yards, and we've had 2 punts for an average of 18 yards. Individual stats for the Hillbillies. Landon Wright, the quarterback, 1 of 5 passing for 4 yards. Massengale's the leading rusher with 9 yards on 5 carries. Landon Wright's 9 carries for 2 yards, and Wilbanks has 5 carries for 2 yards. Massengale's the only guy that's caught the ball. And the leading tackler for the Hillbillies is number 12, Gunnar Williams. He's got 4.5 tackles. 3 of those have been solo. Number 16, MJ Parker's got 4 tackles. 3 of those have been solo. 56 and number 47, that's going to be Powell and Minor. Powell's got 3.5 tackles, while Minor's got 2.5. Now for your individual stats for the Cats. Peyton Tatum, 2 of 3 passing for 20 yards. Cody Elliott is your leading rusher so far tonight. 6 carries, 56 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Dax Goff, he's got 6 carries for 30 yards. Trace Hall's got 5 carries for 27 yards. Peyton Tatum, 4 carries for 18 yards. Trace Hall's the lone man catching the ball right now, or so far. 2 catches for 20 yards. Dax Goff is the leading tackler so far with 5 tackles. 3 of those have been solo, and he's also got 1.5 tackle for loss. Damari Poole has got 3.5 tackles, 1 sack, 1.5 tackles for loss, and 3 solo. Dakota Manson, 3 tackles, 3 solo. Dunn Daniels got 3 as well with 2 solos. Cody Elliott's got 2 with 2 solo. Chase Plumel's got 1.5 with 1 solo. Cameron Osborne also has got 1.5, and David Hicks has 1. So that's your halftime stats. Again, your Booneville Bearcats have 150 yards to Ozark 17. Bearcats have had 25 plays, and Ozark's had 24 plays, so about the same number of plays, Jake.
Yeah, it's been pretty even, and really the game, you know, it looks like a blowout. It looks 21-0.
Yeah.
You look at the yards, they've only got 17 or 14 yards of offense,
Yeah.
whatever it was. So you look at that, you know, and on paper that looks like a blowout, but it's been closer than it looks. You had the 1 punt return for the touchdown.
Right.
You know, you've had a couple of penalties go Booneville's way that's kind of moved them into position.
Right.
Ozark's played a pretty good game on the inside, and I'm willing to bet we're making adjustments up there in the field house right now.
Yeah, I would think so. Ozark, they kind of woke up in the second quarter. First quarter, it's kind of, you get down real quick after that punt return, and weather delay starting at 8 o'clock and just different things, but they kind of came alive, and like you said, you know, got good inside play, and they looked good in the second quarter. And luckily, though, the Cats will be getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and that could be huge. This right here, this possession could be what puts the game out of reach, you know.
Right.
You know, Ozark's, they haven't had much luck offensively yet, but, you know, they've got a game plan coming out, ready to go. Booneville needs to step up. Scoring 1 more touchdown right here would be big.
It'd be real big for the Cats. To give you some halftime scores real quick, or some scores at halftime, excuse me. Hoxie and Jonesboro's in a close one, 7-6. Hoxie over Jonesboro West Side. That's in the second quarter. Let's see here. Mayflower's up 21-0 over Drew Central, and at halftime, Center Point is up 8-7 over Mena. Hackett is losing to Picola, Oklahoma, 28-6. Ethan was telling us that Blytheville and Osceola, relatively close game. It's 12-0. But Jake, he told us Osceola has almost 300 yards of offense in the first half, but no points to show
No
for it.
points. That's hard to imagine. I'm going to have to pull that game up and find out exactly what happened there. It's hard to have 300 yards of offense in a game. Let alone in one half, and to not come off with any points. I'm interested to see what's going on down there.
Definitely got to look that game up and see what's going on for the Seminoles. Harding Academy's up 41-6 over Camden Harmony Grove. Cats' next opponent.
Yeah.
Cats do have a bye week next week. Then we'll play Harding Academy. Again, they're starting all-state quarterback. You know, it's not playing football this year. It's going to play baseball for the Hogs.
Right,
focus on it. But
yeah, and I think they basically told them if you want to wear a jersey, you better get off that football field.
Right. And good job. Good. That Cody, no, that's Dunn, I think, that jumped on that, Jake. A little high kick from the Hillbillies there.
Yeah, it was. That could have been a disaster. So it's a good job by him getting on top of that, giving our offense an opportunity to get out there and make something happen here early in the half.
Do want to give, I know I'm a little behind on the shout-outs, but give a shout-out to Mr. Dyer, old elementary school principal. Always enjoyed when my grandma worked as a secretary as Dak Scoff gets the ball, but there's the flag. Mr. Dyer was always there, and he always joke around with you and just have fun with you.
Yeah,
so shout out to him and his family.
Mr. Dyer's a great man. Got a false start on Booneville is going to back us up. That's not really the start we envisioned coming out. Hopefully that's a little jitters coming through. We'll put a stop to that real quick. Back us up 1st and 15.
Caleb Johnson, he says, go Cats. So it's going to make it 1st and 15. Ball's on the 24-yard line of the Cats. Peyton Tatum comes up under center. Hall goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Dax back over here on the right-hand side.
He's got room to run,
and
Zach.
He's got the rest of the field to go. Jake over to 50, 45, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Hey, I told you he's going to get his yards.
There he is right there. You mentioned that earlier in the game, and he goes, 76 yards.
Yeah, 76 yards. That's a heck of a run, and that's a statement play.
That is a very
by
big
your
statement.
offense right there coming out of the half, showing them that we may be up, but we're going to keep pouring on steam right here, inching closer to that mercy rule.
And that's going to bring up Marcos to do the kicking. Marcos Major. I think that's how you say it. I got to work on it. I know Marcos. And it is good. So 11:43 left to go here in the third. And it's 28-0 Cats over the Hillbillies. Take this time to give a shout out to the sponsors for the app and the website. Our exclusive broadcast advisor is First Western Bank, and they've been serving the local community for 110 years. As well as me and Jake, we mentioned that earlier, and half the town probably. But not only First Western Bank, but another premier sponsor is Community National Bank. Let Brett Cook and staff know, and they can take care of your banking needs as well.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So got a couple banks here in town that help, and also hook up with 5B Properties and B Plus Rentals. If you need to, see Calvin Bennett for all your rental needs, and just check out those guys, and they do a good job. Give a shout out to some more sponsors. Shelter Insurance and Agent Gerald Baker, S&W Home Center for all your hardware needs. The City of Booneville, a good hometown. Patriot Underground and Taylor Niedert. First Booneville, home of First Booneville students and First Booneville kids. And Stacy Hobart Photo Art. And we just want to say thank you for all you do for your students and athletes. Again, if you're a sponsor, those guys for the app and the website, everything from that goes back to the students and to help them in athletics. Maxingale gets it. Isaac over here on the right-hand side. And Damari Poole on the stop.
Yeah, that's Damari. Put a good little pop on him right there. Take him down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for your Hillbillies. Looks like, can't tell where that's at. About the 30-yard line.
Yeah,
Looks like 29-yard line. So right here is a big opportunity for Booneville to step up, get one more stop, one more score will get the clock running. And that'd be big, getting some of these younger guys in as well as getting some of these starters off the field.
Right, and get them some rest. And
Right.
looks like Wright is going to go empty.
It's good to see Wright back out there. He went down
a while ago.
right before the end of the half with an injury. Good to see him back out on the field.
He takes a snap, a little pass over here to Massengale, and Massengale still on his feet. He's got the first down.
Got an injury on the field, looks like. I believe it may just be a leg cramp.
Maybe a leg cramp. Boy, those hurt.
Yeah, they do.
Those hurt. Done. Yeah,
Yeah, you can tell he's just cramping up. That's done, Daniel.
Yeah.
Down.
So, well, with that, Jake, we'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, Shield Field, right off DJ George Drive. Don Elmore press box. Trips to the left, one to the right. Right is going to be your quarterback. Hard count from the Hillbillies there. Dunn, Isaac, or not Isaac, well, Isaac and Jake. Looks like he's kind of cramped up there.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. That's
Yeah.
just early season stuff.
Massengale gets it over there on the right-hand side, and he's just going to carry a slew of cats with him.
Yeah, he's a hard runner, man. He gets after it out there, and Booneville's done a pretty good job of containing him, obviously, only giving up 17 yards in the first half, but he's a hard-running kid.
He's very hard, and they're going to go up-tempo here. You got trips over here to the left, one to the right. You're going to have Massengale and Minor over here, as well as number 13. That's going to be Wilbanks.
I think this up-tempo a little bit smart for Ozark. They've got to get something going and get it going quick.
They do, and I think they've found something here, and it's going to be dropped pass, be incomplete.
Had a little confusion on what was going on there. That was number 13, Todd Williams of the Hillbillies there. Ball hit the ground. Guess positioning of his body, the official on the side here couldn't see it. They got the play called dead right before he was hit, or right as he was being hit, I guess I should say. So
it brings up a big 3rd down and 3. Ball's on the 47-yard line. Yeah, midfield pretty much. I would think if they don't get it, you might as well go for it.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not taking a big loss here, you've got to go for it. You're running out of time quickly.
Going to have same formation. Guys split out far to the left over here. And
good
big hit. Man, what a hit. Is that Dax coming off the bottom and Higgs? Or
I believe that was Dax. Just hit him, hit-sticked him, Madden hit-stick.
Madden hit-stick, that's right.
Hit him hard and dropped him right there, and nearly at the line to gain. We got a 4th and 1 from the 49-yard line. And I think we all know what they're going to do here.
Yeah, I think this is a no-brainer right here for the Hillbillies.
And you've got Wright. He's coming off the field again. I bet he's just lost his breath for some reason right there. It was hit hard.
Or something,
So that's number 3, Kobe Wilbanks, coming in for the 4th down play.
And right up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed.
They've got him stuffed, and that's one of them. That's just an unfortunate situation.
Right.
Nothing against Wilbanks, but you can tell Wright's their main man right there, one ready to roll through the line. And unfortunate for the Hillbillies, very fortunate for the Bearcats. That's a big stop on the enemy territory.
Very big stop. So the Cats are going to take over for their second possession of the second half. 9:35 left to go here in the third. We get in the end zone here. That's going to invoke the mercy roll, and the clock won't stop.
Nope, and that's big. We've got 4 two-way starters out with injuries right now. The quicker you can get some of these guys out right now, the better. Get them rest, get their bodies healed up, ready to go for 2 weeks when we take on Harding Academy.
And it looks like Jace Washburn is going to be your receiver on the far left, and Manson over here on the far right. 2 sophomores in at receiver. Goff's going to go in motion, and it's going to be a handoff to Elliott. And, yeah, get a little extracurricular. Both sides are kind of wanting something, but
yeah, I think that's just a hard-fought play.
Yeah, I think
through the whistles. A lot of times when you get in the trenches like that and you're fighting, you kind of lose track of what's going on around you a little bit. I don't think there was any ill intent to it other than the fact that we were ready to win that battle.
Yeah,
but, that's a great job by the defensive line right there to push through and get that stop.
So
loss of a yard.
Yeah, 2nd 11. Ball's at the 50-yard line now. Elliott's your fullback. Hall is your halfback, and he gets the ball on the left-hand side. Lowers his shoulder, and he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And I would think number 12, by the way, he's reacting stop. It's Keegan Williams, Jake, on the stop for the Hillbillies.
Yeah, it's a big stop by Williams right there and brings up one of them situations with Bearcats that they need to pick up something.
Yes.
You pick up half of it here, you're probably going to be in 4-down territory. Big play for the Bearcats coming up right here.
Very big play. You got 8:20 left to go here in the third. Dunn Daniels back in at tight end on the right-hand side. Madsen splits out to the left. Goff goes in motion, and it's just going to be a pitch over here to Dax. Dax heads towards the sideline. Got a guy from pursuit.
Breaks
out of his
the tackle.
10-5, touchdown.
He's in for time. We got flag on the field, though, Zach.
I was going to say, that's probably coming back, Jake.
Yeah, I believe it's coming back. I didn't see it. I think I saw a block in the back right on the edge. Not saying that's what they're going to call, but I thought maybe I saw that.
So take the touchdown off the board for Goff, which would have put us in the first one. And Booneville will have to be
Doc Crowley, Coach Crowley, he's up on the field pleading his case here. Officials telling him to go away.
And he's not happy. I don't blame you, but it's kind of a situation. Got to be careful, not get a sideline.
Yeah, this is one of those things where there's not a lot you could do about it. But as a coach and as a competitor, you want to fight for it. The call was holding.
Okay.
I didn't see it. I thought I may have saw a block in the back.
That's what I was thinking too. Back here,
holding call will back it up, and now this is one of 2 things you can do here. You can play it safe and play for the punt, or maybe you get lucky and break something, or you can let one fly, and we're not known for doing that very often.
We're really not. And
although we did open up the game with it.
We
never
had
know.
Shotgun formation and stuff. And I don't know what the whistle. I know Dunn was coming off the field.
about 26.
Oh, official timeout.
Official timeout. We're
Dunn's cramping up again.
Coach Crowley, he's on the sideline with the white hat pleading his case.
Washburn and Matson are
emphatically.
Yes. When he threw the flag?
Yeah, late flag on the play. Not real happy with the call, but what do you do about it? There's nothing you can, so.
You just got to respond here.
And respond. This could be one of them plays where, you got to keep your composure. Don't let the flow of the crowd and the flow of the game get in your mind and keep pushing forward and play for the long run.
We're going to have a timeout, looks like, by the Cats. As Hicks went in at tight end, it looked like. We'll take a little break, though, and we'll be right back. You're watching Bearcat football.
Oh, gotcha.
We're back here at Bearcat Stadium, Shield Field. 3rd and 26 for the Cats. Ball is on our own 35. And just give credit to PT there, but it's going to be a false start against the Cats.
Yeah, and this drive has turned into a disaster real quick. It may be time to give up on this one, get the play out of the way, punt it off, and play some defense. And
yeah, I mean, because you're all the way, Jake, you're back at your own 30-yard line.
yeah, you're right here. You're just trying something quick and easy. You may slip it for 10, 15 yards. You know, maybe you bust it, but play it safe here.
Hicks is in that tight end on the left-hand side. It's going to be handed off to Trace Hall on the left, and he is met by number 3, Wilbanks.
That's Wilbanks. Yeah,
and
that's a
referee was kind of right there too.
Yeah, it's just, you know, the ref's in position and the play goes that way. Unfortunate, but again, you know, we had talked about that was going to have to be a home run play to bust that 3. So 4th and a long, long way right here. It's time to punt that thing off, play some defense, make a big stop.
3rd punt of the night for the Cats. Back deep is going to be number 3, Wilbanks.
Need a clean snap right here.
Yes.
There it
That's
is.
a better snap right there, and just kind of off the side of Dax's foot.
Shanked it a little bit.
And well, we may get a good spot from the side judge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Punt was shanked off the side of his foot, and again, you know, this is a situation where our punter's out. You know, he's I don't think ever done it, as you know, that I can remember. So he's had to step in, and you know, that's just repetition and finding the right
experience.
Yeah,
just getting broke in.
That'll get better as we go, I'm sure.
Late guy coming in. That's going to be number 23, Sanders. Trips to the left. Wright's back in at quarterback now. Looks to the sideline.
Yeah, I think he just had the air knocked out of him earlier. Big hit by Dax Goff on the play.
Massengale's going to be the bottom guy on the trips to the right side. Runs a little slant route. And good job there. PT on the stop.
Yeah, that was number 16, MJ Parker. Ball was intended for Parker. Ball was thrown a little high out of reach. He got his fingers on it, but popped it up in the air. Fortunate it fell where it did. Bring up a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. 6:43 left to go here in the 3rd. And ball's at the 50-yard line. Massengale's to the right, or to the left of Wright. 2 receivers to either side. Bearcats shift. Cameron Osborne goes down to defensive end now.
I imagine you're going to see the ball going through the air a little bit more frequently at this point on.
That's what I'm thinking.
Not here.
Not here, though. It's Massengale gets it on the right-hand side. Couple good blocks by the Hillbillies. And luckily tripped up about the 30, 29-yard line.
Yeah, that's Trace Hall on the tackle. Brought him down there at the end. It's a great run by Massengale. And we were talking about it earlier. He hadn't had a lot of room to work yet.
He really hadn't, but
he's a hard runner. He was one of their big rushing leaders last week. He's a good athlete. Somebody we need to contain.
So that brings up 1st down. Ball's on the 27-yard line of the Bearcats now. Got trips to the left.
False start penalty.
So that helps the Cats there.
Yeah, and that's just a momentum killer for the Hillbillies. You know, you finally got something going. You've nearly doubled your yards if you haven't doubled it right there on that play, and then you're giving 5 back. That's something that they're going to look back on film, you know, on Monday, and coaches are going to talk to them about it.
Yeah, and I figure Coach Burns, he's going to have them when he, shows them Monday. He's going to be, come on, guys.
Yeah, you've got momentum.
Yeah. You got trips to the left over here, 2 to the right. Massengale is going to be over here in your slot. And a little fake, and got some pressure here by the Cats. Sims is in on defense now. Forced, probably about 3 yards short of the 1st down there, Jake.
Yeah, that was a big pickup. Busted play a little bit. It looked like he was looking deep, had nobody open. Fought off the pressure there and found some room to run.
Hillbillies kind of going a little.
Looks like they stepped out of bounds also. Didn't quite get what we thought. He's all the way back about 2nd and 6 now.
2nd and 6. Ball's on the 24-yard line. 5:49 left to go in the third.
And again, they've got a little momentum. Booneville here needs to take a deep breath, make a big play.
Wright's your quarterback. A little bubble pass over here.
And there's your big play, Zach.
Dax Goff.
There's your big play. He's fired up. That's Massengale on the catch and nowhere to go.
Nowhere. Dax got sealed off a while ago by the tight end, and he made up for it right there.
Yes, he did. That's dropped him for a loss of 5 right there. And all of a sudden, it's a whole different deal now. Whole different deal. You're looking at 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 for the Hillbillies.
Very good play by your middle linebacker there. Make a play kind of out here in the open. And it's just going to be a little fake play action here by Wright. He rolls to the right and a little underthrown.
And he's got a man.
Oh, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. He dropped it.
Well, he had it in the end zone, too.
Yeah, he did. He had it. Had it in his hands. He's looking for a pass interference. I can't tell that from here, but the fact is that ball hit his hands.
It hit his hands, and Trace did a good job in swatting it out.
Yeah, and that was one of them deals. It was pretty good coverage, and the ball was underthrown. Kind of makes it,
Yeah, it makes it kind of harder for him.
Yeah, just how they drew it up.
Yeah.
So, caught a break there.
Got an official timeout. Got to tie his shoe.
That's why I go Velcro.
Velcro's the way to go. Wingfield comes into the game for the Cats as Crosby comes out. Trips to the right, 2 over here to the left. Massengale's over here on the left-hand side. Wright's rolling to your right. Got some pressure.
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
It's a great job. A lot of pressure right there for the Bearcats.
I believe that's
looks like Cody Elliott in on it, number 56 for Booneville. That's Wingfield, Clayton Wingfield. So that's a great job by the Bearcats, stopping the momentum swing that Ozark was attempting to get there. And again, Bearcats get the big stop, 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Let's see if we can reproduce that Dax Goff run while ago. We're at the 5-minute mark in the 3rd quarter, and 28-0, and we need to get that other point on the board.
Yeah, and Booneville, the grand plan there was to get that thing in the mercy rule by this point, so make up for some lost time here with a big play.
And it's going to be a keeper by Peyton Tatum. Lowers his shoulder, gets about 5, maybe 6 yards there on the carry.
Yeah, and that's a good job by Peyton. It's nothing flashy.
Right.
It's nothing, overly impressive, but it's just a good hard-nosed run. And that's the type of athlete that Booneville breeds. You know what I mean? And he's fitting in well at the quarterback position.
Matson's going to split out to the left at receiver. Your backfield still going to be the same. Cody Ellis still your fullback. Dax Goff is left halfback. Trace Hall is your right halfback. Dunn Daniels in at tight end on the right-hand side. Got 7 seconds left on the play clock. Hall goes in motion. Hall gets it, tries to bounce outside. Stiff arm by Hall. Slips. He's going to be, looks like a yard or 2 short of the first down.
Yeah, down in bounds, and he's just having a rough time gathering his feet.
Really
it's just kind of sliding around. And we knew early on that was going to be an issue tonight. Those horizontal runs are going to be a little more difficult than primarily out here. But 3rd and very short here.
Very short. 3rd and 1, T formation for your Cats here. PT comes up under center. And he's going to hand off to Dax Goff. Dax has got the first down, still on his feet. And he's going to be down to about the 42, 43-yard line.
Yeah, that's 25 Jordan Cross, it looked like, on the tackle there. Kind of held on tight and got drugged for a few yards. But good job by him to hold on tight until the help arrived.
I want to give a shout-out to our guy, Mr. David Tharp. He says, let's do the Hillbilly Stomp, Go Cats, and Razorbacks for tomorrow from the Tharp family.
Big game tomorrow.
Big game for the Hogs tomorrow. No better way than to spend Friday night Cats game and then Saturday watching the Hogs.
That's right.
As Goff goes in motion, gets the pitch over here, cuts back inside. He's got the first down, Jake, up over to the 40, still on his feet, and he's got 3 Hillbillies taking him down. But He gets down about the 34-yard line.
That's a great job by him. It looked like there was number 1, Gavin Gilbreth. It's the first time we've called his name today.
First time we called his name, yes.
He got a hand on him and held on tight and got drugged for a few yards, but till the gang arrived. But that's a great job by Dax, lowering his shoulder and making something happen.
Making something happen. You know, last year he had his first 100-yard game against the Hillbillies as a sophomore last year.
Okay.
He is well over that mark tonight.
Plenty more to come also.
Plenty more to come, yes, sir. Matson splits out to the left. Hall goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Cody up the middle, and he's just wrapped up.
Yeah, that play was blown up from the get-go.
And like you said earlier, Hillbillies got good inside play, especially with Minor, number 47 in there. After the first couple series, they've really kind of shut the middle play down, the midline.
Yeah, they have. They've done a good job. You can tell what the game plan for. You know, no matter what Booneville does, how many, you know, Booneville is known for the midline.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
then teams are going to prep for that week in and week out.
Going to prep for it.
And you know, they've done a good job tonight of kind of containing Booneville in places.
2:17 left to go here in the third quarter. It's 28-0 Cats over the Hillbillies. 2nd and 10, balls on the 34-yard line of the Hillbillies. Peyton look over here to the sideline. Matson split out over here on the right-hand side. Daniels, your tight end, on the left.
I believe we're going to have to take a timeout right here.
I think so. Comes with the 2-minute mark left here in the third. Sean Bledsaw, he says, "Go Cats." Says, "Looking good tonight." And he says, you know, this time last year he was in ICU with COVID and pneumonia and blood clots, and he just wants to thank everybody again for the prayers for him during that scary time. And Sean, very glad that you're doing good, and just thank God that you know, he brought you through it and everything. And I know it's a very scary time.
Yeah, it was, and he had a community full of people behind him right there, backing him up the whole way. So that's great to hear from Sean.
And Barry Bradford, he says, let's go Booneville football. He's ready to watch some Bearcat football. And I'm going to try to pull up some stats real quick, see how many yards Dax has got. So far tonight, at the 2-minute mark in the third quarter, Dax has got 135 yards on 9 carries. He's averaging about 15 yards a carry.
Yeah, I was going to do that math real quick in my head. I'm glad you covered it for me.
Courteous of Mr. Glenn Parrish.
Well, I know Glenn didn't do that math. Must have been the computer.
Probably the computer. As Trace Hall gets the pitch over here on the left-hand side. Trace has got a stiff arm thrown out there. Got a flag.
Got a helmet come flying off of the defender. Can't tell what number. I believe that was number 10, I believe. 10? Nope, not 10. Well, whoever it was, he lost his helmet.
He lost his helmet. He's going to have to, what do you have to, you still have to sit out to play, though. They still do that.
I'm not sure what it is on a penalty.
That is true, that's true.
I'm not
so
sure.
maybe it will stay in since it's the penalty. I couldn't tell you that either.
It's number 16. It was number 16, not 10. MJ Parker.
Wow, Jonesboro Westside knocked off Hoxie. What was that score, Chuck? 21-19. Close scoring game.
That is an upset.
That's it. Very Hoxie, you know, looked real good the last several years.
Yeah, they're every year offensively they can go.
They've got some weapons.
We had played Hoxie out here the year we went to the semifinals. I believe that was 14.
Yep.
There was probably 140 points scored total or something like that in that game. It might be an exaggeration, but it was a lot.
It's going to be a head off to Cody Elliott on the right-hand side. Gets down to about the 10-yard line. Let's see. Medlock there on the stop for the Hillbillies at the 1:38 mark in the third quarter. Cats are in the red zone again. It's 2nd and 4. Ball is on the 11-yard line. Looks like Matson split out to the right. Daniel, you tied in on the left-hand side. Goff is your left halfback. Hall's your right halfback. Goes in motion. It's going to be keeper by PT up the middle. And he's going to have the first down, I believe.
He's right at the line. I depend on the spot.
Still
Believe they're going to mark him about a half a yard short there.
So, crucial play here for the Cats and Hillbilly defense. See if they can get a stop in the red zone.
What do you think? I think Dak's right here.
I say just give it to Dax right here, right-hand side.
Power pass.
Do a power pass, yeah. Road
No.
trace out here on a little flat route.
Probably not power pass. Right here,
Cody
gave
right
it
up the
to
middle.
Elliott up the
Cody's
middle.
got the first down. He turns those legs of his. He's going to be down about the 2-yard line.
That's a great run. He kind of got his back turned to his target, and he just kept pushing. Looks like we're going to have a 1st and goal now from the 2-yard line.
Got 29 seconds left to go here in the third, and that's probably, well, we'll have to run
You'll
another play.
You'll have to have one play here, so hopefully it's the touchdown play.
That's the one I want to go for.
One more score and an extra point will give us the mercy rule here in Booneville.
PT comes up under center. Hall goes in motion from the right halfback position. PT's going to keep it, and he's driving those legs, but he's going to be stopped short.
Look like he's right up against the goal line.
Boy, yeah, he's about the probably inch-yard line, if you want to call it. So let's final play of the third quarter. It's going to be 28-0. Cats over the Hillbillies. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium. Started the fourth quarter. Just right off DJ George Drive, Shield Field, Don Elmore press box. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. Got the coach, Jake Fennell, up here with us. Chuck and Ethan's on Cool 104.7. You know somebody that's driving down the road or interstate, tell them to tune in Cool 104.7. Don't forget, go to BoonevilleBearcats.com or download the app, or go over to YouTube, Booneville Bearcat Sports. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't be going to any of that other stuff now.
No.
Don't do that now.
No, unless you want a new computer.
Yeah, that's right.
Then maybe you can click on all of it you want.
Oh, looks like we've got an injured player over here, Jake, for the Ozark Hillbillies.
I'm not sure.
I was wondering why he came. Player came all the way. Coach did come all the way over here. It looks like Doc Boyard's going across, and we'll take a little break and we'll be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. We are back here at Bearcat Stadium. Just joining us. It's fixing to start the fourth quarter, and we got an injured hillbilly on the sideline over there. Jake, we're not quite sure what happened. But,
no, we looked back on the video what we had, and we couldn't see what was going on before we moved the view down to the other end. We've got the ambulance out on the track right now.
It's definitely a scary situation, one you never like to see. But we'll take another break. I was just going to let y'all know what's going on. Probably be a little bit, but as they're getting the stretcher. So if you would, probably wouldn't hurt to say a little prayer for the young man. Not sure who it is, but probably going to be a little bit. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium for Isaac Bound and the coach Jake Fennell. I am Zach Austin. The player got injured. Again, we're not exactly sure what all happened. Just kind of went down over there, but just pray God that you just touch him. And it's a situation, Jake, you never like to see.
No, it shows you that there's more to it than just the game part of it,
Yeah.
and we all get caught up in the winning and losing, and we don't like this team, we don't like that team, but in the
Right.
end, they're all kids, and you want their well-being. They're out there doing something that they enjoy to do, you know, and you hate to see that something end that way. So hopefully this is just a
Kind of
you
a
know
small
some-
temporary
yeah,
little.
small temporary issue, and
Yeah.
they'll get him fixed right up. Unfortunately, that's not the first time that's happened out here, you know, but hopefully everything goes smooth for him down there. We'll all be thinking about him.
Give you folks some scores real quick, though, while we're waiting for the ambulance to make its way around. Quitman is up 21-14 over Hector at halftime. And let's see. CAC is losing to Perryville 27-17. That's in the third quarter.
That's a surprising
That's
one to
kind
me.
of surprising to me, yeah.
27-17, Perryville. Good for Perryville.
Good for Perryville. Perryville's got a new coach. Coach Norton is now the head coach down at Lone Oak over the Jackrabbits.
Yes, yeah. Coach Norton's a good dude.
Let's see here. Hot Springs and Arkadelphia in a close game. 21-20, Arkadelphia over Hot Springs. And let's see. Nashville is up 60-28 over Hope, Jake, in the fourth quarter.
Ambulance is leaving the field now. Booneville's fans give him a standing ovation as he passes by. Good sportsmanship on this end as about took Zach down up here in the booth.
Yeah, that's not good.
Got a long cord dangling on me. So game should be getting back going here shortly as soon as this ambulance clears. It'll be the start of the fourth quarter. We are at 28-0 from the half-inch line.
Yeah, Jake Isaac's saying it's going to be a handoff right here to Dax, right-hand side, last play.
I like the call.
I think that's a pretty good call. You're right at the goal line, 1 yard line, second down. Wouldn't be a good way to start the fourth quarter.
He says, Dax, I'll go sneak. Boy, I was wrong.
And Dax, and he just skips right on through
Isaac
there.
was right. I tried to throw a curveball in there. Isaac was right. That's a good run. Good play call. Brings it 34-0. You're an extra point away from this clock moving.
Extra point away, and Marcos is going to come on and try to attempt the PAT here. PT to do the holding. Dax Goff, he will be your long snapper. Comes with the 11:57 mark in the fourth quarter. Snap's good, holds good. Kick is good.
Right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
And that'll get the clock going, and that's what Booneville wants. From here on out, I'm assuming you're going to see some of these extras rolling in. These
That's
backup
what
players.
I'm thinking you're going to see here and get some of these younger guys some more experience and get your starters some rest here.
Yeah, and I think anybody that's been in sports realizes that just because this game now is at 35-0 out of hand, this is a big moment in every game when you get these young guys some extra opportunities to get on the field.
Yeah, and it's a very good learning experience for them. And
now I'm willing to bet defensively the majority of our boys stay on the field at least for one more possession.
I would think so.
You know, Ozark, if they're going to do anything, they're going to have to go quick. So
yeah,
ball's going to have to air out.
They've got the guys to do it though, Jake, and they could score quick. I mean, I believe it was Nashville come back from shallow way back in the day, 35 down, and wind up winning the game.
Yeah, and you just never know. You can't let up. You've got that's a tight rope to walk. You know, you're trying to get these extra guys in, all while giving yourself an opportunity to maintain this lead. So we'll see what Booneville chooses to do here.
Juan's going to be kicking off for your Bearcats here. Nice little kick.
Good
drop
kick.
at the 20. The ball's still on the ground. It's going to be picked up by number 1. That's going to be Gilbreth. And
got a good little run, but he's brought down hard. That's
Mr. Poole, I believe.
Mr. Poole, yep. Damari Poole, number 14. You've got your defense running on the field. It appears to still be our a mixture of some of our starters with some of our younger guys. So we'll see what goes on here. I assume they're going to filter them in one by one.
Looks like Mr. Shelton, number 15 on the far sides, came in at corner. And Dylan Todd's in at outside linebacker for you Cats. Number 21 over here on the left. Guy goes in motion, and
Got movement on the
Movement
line
here.
on both sides. Looked like the offense jumped first.
Yep.
That'll back it up, and as they're backing up, clock ticks under 11 minutes.
That's going to put the ball at their own 25-yard line. Looks like Sims is going to be your left defensive tackle. Crosby's going to be your nose guard. And number 76, that's going to be Gage Bouchard, the senior, at your right defensive tackle. Two receivers to either side. Right is your quarterback. Sends Massengale in motion. Right, scanning the field.
He had his
He
guy.
had
That's
him.
number 3, Kobe Wilbanks. Wilbanks actually came in for him a time or two due to injury. Has him open, but just throws the ball behind him, Zach.
Just right behind him. And if he would have connected, Jake, he would have got a couple more yards there.
Yeah, he had a good chunk of yardage right there. Good break for the Bearcats. It's going to bring up 2nd and 15.
So that clock's going to be down to about 10 minutes right now. 2nd and 15 from the 25. Two receivers to each side. Right is your quarterback. Massengale to the left of him. Right's looking, got a crossing route over here. And
Ball is passed up the middle. It's broken up. Was that number 21? Was that Dylan
that's
Todd?
going to be Dylan Todd there.
Yeah,
on
a
the-
little Dylan
for the
Todd on
Cats.
the stop. Dylan Todd, he's a kid. He's little bitty. He's 5. We've got right here. He's 5'5", and I don't know if I trust it, but he's a great kid. I've
I
known
like
him a long
Dylan.
time. He's on my baseball team. Plays on our infield. Great kid. Works hard. Glad to see him have a little bit of success.
That's right. Looks like he got Mr. Desmond Conley in at corner now as Shelton shifts to safety and Washburn's going to come out. Wright is looking, got pressure from Poole. Massengale gets it though, and
Great
what
little
a
solo
stop.
tackle right there.
That's your man right there,
There
Jake.
he is, 21, Dylan Todd. Great tackle by Dylan right there, solo tackle.
Solo tackle, kind of an open field tackle.
Yeah, it was. That, had potential to be a big play if he gets by him. Dylan does a good job. Pickup of about 5 yards, going to bring up 4th and long, 10 yards.
4th and long. You got Garrick Barr out there on the defense for the Cats, and number 51, Trevor Cairo.
Garrick Barr's another one of them kids. He got a few
Yes.
opportunities at the end of last year, and that kid works hard.
He's a hard worker, and his work shows for it. And Lentz, and going to have run it into the kicker. He almost
Yeah.
blocked it, but
Yeah, it's just one of them unfortunate deals.
Yeah.
It was like feather landing on him.
yeah.
He barely touched him, but I guess that's the
gonna be
rule.
called, I
So
guess,
yeah,
yeah.
so we're gonna throw that flag. Running into the kicker.
So that should be a first down for the Hillbillies. Is that right, Isaac? Yeah. See what they call it.
Yes,
Okay.
they called a 15-yarder, so it's gonna push it forward, keep the Hillbilly drive alive.
So they should have the ball, I think, about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, closing in on midfield. Clock is still running, of course, due to the mercy rule. We're under 8 minutes to go, 7:50 in the half.
Sims is going to come out. Number 67, Joshua Redmond, comes in for the Bearcats.
Sims comes to the sideline.
Two receivers to the right, two over to the left. Massengale's to the right of right. Looking, rolls to his right, and
Dumps it off.
dumps it off. That's your tight end, number 8. That's going to be Stain. Good stop here. Couple
Yeah,
of
he's
Cats.
first met by, I believe that's number 22. That's Matson, I believe. Yes, that's Matson. Meets him first. Brought down also on the tackle was number 4,
Four, that's Mr. Lofton.
Clayton Lofton. I don't have him on my roster. Clayton Lofton, number 4.
Looks like you got two receivers to the left, two over here to the right. Wilbanks is going to be in your slot for the Hillbillies on the left-hand side. Stain goes in motion. Right, looking over here to the left. And good.
Oh, he's
Dylan
got
Todd's
it. Dylan
intercepted
Todd.
the ball.
Go, Dylan.
Oh, down to the 30.
Attaboy, go,
25.
Dylan.
What a job,
Big
Jake, by
play.
your man right
That's
there.
right. I've got to give him a hug after this game. Hey, I'll tell you, that's a great read by Dylan
That's a
Todd right
very
there. He
great
read
read.
that play, jumped up, got his hands on it, juggled it a bit, made the play, and took off.
Made the
And
play. I
nearly
think
broke
he
that
surprised
thing.
himself,
Yeah,
too.
I think he did a little bit. I think he was shocked. That's a heck of a play by
He
Dylan.
gets the Cats all the way down to the 20-yard line.
And that's big. So now, with the running clock, it goes quick. But you've got an
Real quick.
opportunity here to get some of these secondary guys. I believe that will be led by number 11, Jace Washburn, under center.
Yes, sir.
Jace is a sophomore. Got him listed at 6 foot tall, 165, and that 6 foot tall, I believe it because I think about a year ago he was 5'9". That kid has shot up.
He's hit a little growth spurt.
Yeah,
there.
he has. He's grown.
So the clock right now, Jake's got 5:50 left to go here in the ball game. Cats are going to have the ball on their own 21-yard line. Looks like your center for the second string offense is going to be number 76. That's Gage Bouchard. Then you're going to have your right guard is going to be number 79. That's Frank Gill.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank. And
We
got a flag.
Motion on the line.
Trevor Cairo is going to be your right tackle for the Cats. So we'll replay first down here, Jake. Got 5:15 left to go here in the ball game.
Boy, it moves quick once that clock gets going.
moves
5:10 on
quick.
the clock. Like I was saying a while ago, though, this is a big opportunity for some of these younger guys because we're 4 guys down right now, and you never know when your turn is up.
Exactly.
Or your time is up, you
Yep.
know. So right now is where you get some look at some of these younger guys to see in the event that you need them who's going to step up.
And you've got Garrick Barr in there at fullback right now as Dylan Todd goes in motion from the right halfback position. Barr still on his feet, fighting through a couple of tackles, or wannabe tackles, that is.
I believe he was met and brought down by number 52. That is Danny Dukes, junior defensive tackle out of Ozark. So a loss. I guess it was a gain of two. Gain of two. So we're 2nd and 13. We're still behind the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah. 4:10 left to go here in the game. Conley comes out for your Cats as number 26 Bowman comes in. Your left guard is going to be number 57. That's Crosby. And then Redmond's going to be left tackle. Lofton goes in motion, number 4, and he's going to.
Caught a break there. He broke tackle. He was first met by number 9 of Ozark. That's Hayden Medlock, Jr. out of Ozark. He's finally brought down. Caught a break there. That was a risky little pitch there.
It was a risky little pitch.
Defender got through and caught a break there. Looks like we lost 2 back to the penalty yardage. 3rd and 15.
3:35 left to go here in the ball game. Washburn, number 11, is going to be your quarterback for the Bearcats. We've got Cherokee playing in the background. Just had Purple Rain going.
That's the sound you play when you know it's been a good night.
Looks like Franks has shifted over here to the left-hand side. And Garrick's going to run right behind him. And he's still driving those legs. I got to tell you, give a shout-out to a little extracurricular going on.
Got a big pancake by
big pancake.
79,
That's
Frank.
big old Frank.
And I'll tell you, as big as Frank is, he's met his mirror image on that side. That's 2 big old boys going at it right there, man.
Love to see that. Yeah, that's the pancake of the game right there,
That
Frank.
was, and that's just working hard. And
yes, sir.
you know, we're at 2.5 minutes, closing in on 2.5 minutes of the 4th quarter in a blowout, and you've got these young guys in here working hard.
Yep.
That's what you like to see.
And it looks like the Cats are going to take a knee. Well, no, I take that back. Nope.
They choose to take the knee.
Take the knee. Turnover on down there, Jake.
Yeah, turnover on down. That's one of them that you'll see it on the stat sheet. It'll say you had a turnover on downs, but that's a good turnover
it's a
on
good
downs
turnover
in this case.
About the only time you'll have a good turnover.
Yeah, so you're closing in on 2 minutes here. We're at 2:10 in the quarter.
So you're going second string defense. We pretty much the same guys you had out there. Poole's coming back out for the Cats. Garrick Barr's out there. Trevor Cairo, number 21. Dylan Todd, number 21. Frank's going to come out on defense now. Crosby comes out. I will say I got to talk to Frank's mom here just the other day, and she was talking about last week. Frank got his helmet ripped off.
Yes,
And I'd been mad myself, and Frank was pretty mad, but she said she was proud of him because he came over to the coaches. Can y'all take me out? And, I need to cool down pretty much, And you got to give Frank kudos there.
That's number 3, Will Banks on the pass. It is completed, stepped out of bounds. I believe that is number 9.
9? That looks like
number
9
there. Hayden Medlock, 5'10" junior out of Ozark. That's a good play.
moves the chain for the Hillbillies with 1:13 left to go here in the ball game.
Right out of the game, Wilbanks under center.
Looks
Not
like
under center, out of the shotgun.
15, Oryx split out over here on the right-hand side. Handoff to number 12 over here. And got a pursuit of Cats. See if Mr. Trevor Cairo can catch him. And touchdown by the Hillbillies. They're going to get on the board with 48 seconds left to go here.
And that'll be it. The clock's going to tick down here. This will be the last play of the game.
And
we'll get our extra point. May go for 2 here just for fun.
yeah, 59-yard run there by number 12, Williams.
Zach, Booneville did a good job. The majority of the offense that they got will come on that play alone. That shows just how good Booneville did tonight defensively.
Defensively, the Cats did good and only gave up 17 yards at halftime.
Right, and they had a bend, don't break mentality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Early into this half, had a couple things not go our way.
Right.
Found a way to push through it. Got a little help with some penalties and stuff like that. But you take what you can get and take advantage of it. And Booneville did.
And they did a good job. And that kick's going to be good. Got a little extra pushing and shoving going on. The final score, Jake, is going to be 35-7. Bearcats over the Hillbillies.
There's the horn.
There's the horn. Train stayed on the tracks tonight, and refresh the phone, give you some stats. We'll talk just a little bit, and we'll start with the Ozark Hillbillies. Jake, they had 42 plays, 150 yards.
Right.
And bulk of it, like you said.
Right, come on that carry at the end. And they had a little momentum going, and they've got some good athletes, good ball carriers. They're going to make a little noise against some teams.
They are. They've shifted up to the 4A1 from the 4A4 conference.
Right.
Different teams going to 5A, and they're going to look pretty good in that conference.
Yeah, I think right back there behind the line is going to be a force for them against a lot of teams. He did a good job moving. He's quick. He's under control. I think they got a good player in their senior.
I think so. They had 23 minutes and 53 seconds time of possession, 25 rushes for 113 yards, 6 of 17 passing for 37 yards. A lot of that, honestly, just drop passes from his receivers.
Yeah, it was. He had opportunities, and Ozark left a lot of opportunities on the field.
They did have one turnover. That was by your man, Mr. Dylan Todd, intercepting the ball a while ago.
I'm going to give him a big kiss here in a little while. I want to see him.
They had 7 first downs. They was 1 of 10 on third down for 10%, 0 for 4 on fourth down. They had 7 penalties for 43 yards, 4 punts, averaged about 36.8 yards. Your Booneville Bearcats had 44 yards.
Had a few more than that.
Had a few more than that. Cats had 44 plays for 291 yards.
That's more like it.
And that sounds pretty good. That sounds better there.
That sounds a lot better. and just a testament to this team. They're out their primary fullback, their big yard getter, and they just continued to push forward, and that's what you like to see.
You got guys stepping up on the line. Cody stepped up in the fullback row. He's big. It's a night and day between Cody and Rolland.
I mean, you look at Cody. He's 5'7". He's 150 pounds compared to 5'10", 210. So that's 2 different kids, but they're both hard runners. They both work hard. I think Cody's going to have a good year.
I think so, too, and I always like watching him play. Cats had 24 minutes and 6 seconds time of possession, 41 rushing plays for 271 yards. 2 of 3 passing for 20 yards, started the game out passing. So always a little weird to see the Cats in shotgun formation. 16 first downs, 4 of 11 on third down for 36%, 0 for 1 on fourth. We had 9 penalties for 75 yards, 3 punts that averaged 16.3 yards.
And those 2 stats there are, if you're going to find anything that we need to improve on, it's that.
It's that right there.
It's the punting game, which, again, thrown through a loop. We're learning. We're moving on the fly a little bit. We'll find our rhythm there with that. The penalty is 9 of 75. You ask any coach, the number should be 0. And is that realistic? No, you're going to have your penalties.
Right.
But that's something 9 that can be cleaned up.
That can be cleaned up a little.
That'll be worked on, I'm sure, throughout the week.
Your individual stats for the Hillbillies, Wright, 5 of 16 for 21 yards. Will Banks came in for him here and there. He completed one pass for 16 yards. Rushing, number 12, Williams, he had 59 yards on that lone carry a while ago. He's their leading rusher. Massengale had 7 carries for 39 yards, which that kind of surprised me. Massengale, he's a very good athlete.
7 carries. It felt like he had 40.
It did. It felt like he had a lot. And,
it felt like he was involved on every play.
It seemed like he was, and they're going to have a hard time stopping him later in the year. Wright had 11 carries for 13 yards, and Wilbanks 6 carries for 2 yards. Leading receiver was Stain for 22 yards on 2 catches. Massengale had 15 yards on 4 catches. Williams is your leading tackler for the Hillbillies, 5.5 tackles, followed by Parker with 5, and then Powell and Wilbanks and Cross all had 3. For your Bearcats, Tatum 2 of 3 passing for 20 yards. Dax Goff, he's going to be your leading rusher tonight. 10 carries for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's a great performance.
Great performance. Cody, he's had 10 carries as well for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns. Trace had 9 carries for 41 yards. First time Trace has been under 100 yards, well, this year anyways.
Yeah, and really, I mean, you look back at last year, he broke, I don't know how many.
Several
Long, 40, 50-yard rushing touchdowns late in games. So he's going to get his. It looked like he was maybe keyed a little bit, in the game plan for Ozark. They did a good job holding him to under 50 yards there. But he's going to get his touches. He's going to get his carries throughout the year.
Tatum, he had 7 carries for 30 yards. Garrick Barr, 2 for 3. And then Lofton had 1 for -1. Trace Hall, he had 2 catches, though, for 20 yards. Dax Goff, he's your leading tackler for the second game in a row. He had 7. He also had 2.5 tackles for loss. Followed by Damari Poole, sophomore, stepping up big at the linebacker's position. He had 5 tackles, 1 sack, and 1.5 tackles for loss. Dunn Daniel had 3.5 tackles, followed by Cody Elliott, Dakota Matson, and Hicks all had 3 apiece. And then Trace Hall, Chase Plumell, and Osborne and Shelton all had 1.5 tackles. That's going to pretty much do it for your stats. Again, your Booneville Bearcats win 35-7 over the Ozark Hillbillies. Cats do have a bye week next week, and then we'll be back home against the Harding Academy Wildcats.
And we're all looking forward to that.
We are looking forward to that.
That's a big game.
Very big game. Wildcats are averaging well over 50 points every time they've played us. We're averaging about 25 or somewhere in there. That's not the exact numbers, but I'm excited for them to come here.
I mean, they're a good team. They're a very good team. They're going to give anybody they play fits.
They are.
We know that coming in. Mm-hmm. We know that this is an opportunity to play a good team.
Yes.
And playing good teams early a lot of times means you're prepared for good teams in the end, and that's the goal of this game. And you never know. You never know what could happen when you step on the field.
You never know. And when the schedule come out and I saw that, I was shocked at first, but I was also excited because to be the best, you got to play the best.
Right.
And, and they're one of the best.
I mean, you don't get by playing weaker. You can get by playing weaker opponents, and you can get there. But when it comes down to the crunch time, at the end of the season, you see somebody and you haven't seen anything that skill.
Right.
It can be intimidating. Seeing them early on, I think, is going to be a big benefit to Booneville down the road.
Very big benefit, and especially with the 4 two-way starters. I know we've mentioned that a lot tonight, but that hurts a little bit. We've had a lot of sophomores step up,
Yes,
though.
we did.
And,
we've got a talented group of kids, and it feels like we can say that year in and year out around here, and we're fortunate for that. There's always somebody to step up. I think that's a testament to the Booneville coaching staff, getting those guys prepared. We got Doc Crowley down there and plenty others, Aaron Kimes, Jacob Hadaball, Chad Simpson, Cody Harrell, Darby Omer, Whit Overton. And I'm sure I left somebody out, and I'm sorry, Coach, but there's too many of y'all. But, I think that's a testament to them guys.
Yeah.
Doing a great job.
Getting the guys in
the right position, getting them prepared and ready for when their time comes.
And we just got to give a shout-out to them. And I guess that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Player of the game, Jake's probably going to be Dax Goff.
I'd say so. Yeah, he was kind of a stud on both sides of the ball
he really
tonight.
was.
Leading tackler, leading rusher. Great athlete.
Very great
athlete. Kid. I'm excited to see where his future holds for him.
So I guess that's all I got. Jake, you got anything else?
Oh, man, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Looking forward to 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now, we'll see y'all here at Bearcat Stadium as the Bearcats take on the Harding Academy Wildcats. Guess that'll do us for tonight. For Jake Fennell, the coach, Jake Fennell, Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. Lord willing, we'll see y'all 2 weeks from now. And remember, as always, it's a great day to be a Bearcat.